Hello and welcome to my editing station. We are making another video today on my 2015 Dodge Dart, and the title of this video is going to be diagnosing a bent rim or something like that, because basically for the last couple months I've been driving around with a bent rim on the right rear corner of my car. This is the same corner of the vehicle where we did the wheel bearing replacement video. The wheel bearing had nothing to do with the tire. I noticed the vibration after replacing it, and there was, no impact with the wheel bearing at all. It's just a coincidence that it was the same corner of the vehicle. But anyway, to get on with the story, I drove around with kind of a weird vibration or clunking noise that I noticed at low speeds. Back on asphalt, should be super smooth. Coasting down the hill at 30. You can hear that whoa, 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 whoa. That's the tire. Going around the corner. This is 35, 36. Speed up a little bit. Goes a tiny bit faster if you slow down. Hear it a lot right there. It sounds almost like a flat tire. Now I could drive at a certain speed and put it in neutral to make so the engine RPM would drop down, but the noise would stay the same because we were coasting and the wheel speed was the same. So I was able to isolate that it was related to the wheels or something in the driveline. It was not related to the engine. So that was good. But I checked the driveline, I checked the CV axles, I checked the brakes, I checked the wheels, and I couldn't see any obvious signs of what was happening and what was causing this noise. If there was something loose and kind of flopping around in the engine bay, or if there was a CV boot where the seal was starting to come apart, and I checked the brakes, nothing was rubbing, there wasn't anything stuck in the wheel, the rotors didn't seem warped. I checked the wheels, nothing was obviously bent. I did notice that one of the wheels was missing wheel weights. So a couple weeks ago, I finally got around to going to the tire store and asked them to rebalance that wheel where I noticed the wheel weights were missing. And they came back and told me that the rim was actually bent. The reason I didn't notice it before is because it was on the inside of the wheel. So I hadn't thought to jack up the car, put my head underneath the car and check the inside of the wheel, but since they told me that, I went home and double checked, and I just took my phone out there with a little tripod and set it on the ground, hit record, spun the wheel manually, and then after doing that for a few minutes from a few different angles, I reviewed the video on my phone, and I was able to see that, yep, there's definitely a flat spot. The rim is bent. So I knew that I needed to get a new rim. So I found this website, originalwheels.com. They have original factory takeoff wheels. They're not reproductions, they're not some knockoff. They're actual wheels that they've taken from factory cars, presumably from a junkyard that have been crashed. But they refinish them, they check them for damage, and then they have them for sale. I had good customer service. They were super responsive. I didn't have to sit on hold forever. So shout out to Original Wheels. I'm not sponsored by them. They didn't pay me anything to say that. I just had a good experience with them. So shout out to them for being a good company to work with. They sent me the wheel. I double checked that it was round, it wasn't damaged in shipping. There were no obvious scratches or dents or anything. And then I proceeded with painting it to match the other wheels. Thankfully, I know the person who painted the wheels. It was me. I have another video on my channel if you want to go see how to paint your wheels and how to fix curb rash. If you purchase a car and you're not happy with the wheels, try painting the original wheels. It's a good cheap way to change the look of your car without spending a lot of money investing in brand new wheels. Or if you want to have 2 sets of wheels for your car, keep the OEM wheels, paint them whatever color you want, and put snow tires on them or something. It's okay if they get dirty. And then use your fancy, shiny new wheels for the summertime. But I digress. So this is the wheel we got. Got it from Original Wheels. Don't worry about my order number. Just prep only, because I'm going to be painting these to match the other ones. So we can see they did some kind of quality inspection. That's the part number. And then, because these are used wheels, so we can see they've already done sanding or blasting or something, but it looks pretty good. There's no major curb rash or anything that I can see on this edge. Got a little bit of something there, but overall this is pretty good. We've got a little bit of, I don't know, this extra sandblast stuff in there, but we'll go over this and sand it one more time just to scuff it up, make sure it's even, and then we'll go ahead and start painting it. If we look at the other side, we can see it's definitely been used, but it's, you know, as clean as they can get it. We've got around the edge, we've got a little bit of pitting and things here, but it's not too bad. A little bit of curb rash. Again, these are used wheels. I knew that going into it. This is fine. It's just a factory wheel that I'm painting. These aren't crazy high performance wheels, so I'm okay with that. And it's round, which is better than my current wheel, so, yep, good enough. I sanded it down just to make it a little bit smoother because it came sandblasted with a really rough texture, which is good for paint adherence, but if you want it to be smooth, which the other wheels are smoother, it's not like a really textured finish. I just wanted to sand it down so it was a little bit smoother. And then when you're painting, read the labels on your paint for whatever paint you're using. The paint I was using said, you know, it needed to be a temperature between 60 degrees and 90 degrees Fahrenheit, so I just took a little space heater out to my garage since it is wintertime. And then I tried to keep the door closed for the first couple rounds of painting, but the fumes just got so bad. It was giving me a headache, so definitely, you know, I moved it closer to the garage door and opened it about halfway for the subsequent rounds of painting. So if you paint it and then kind of close the door, leave the space heater in there, it'll still be warm enough that the paint can dry and you won't fumigate yourself. Okay, I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but looks like it turned out pretty well. No major issues. Looks like we don't have any bubbling or weird stuff happening here on the inside. This is just pitting from before, so it's not flaking off or anything. It's just the metal's really pitted right there, so it's really deep, but it doesn't matter because it's the back side of the wheel. Rim looks okay. All the issues that were there before are still there, but you know, it's okay. As long as it's round and looks pretty close to the other wheels, that's all that matters. Alrighty. So we can see on the top, definitely have some thin spots. Gonna have to do some more painting today. That's okay. Alright, a couple more touch-ups and we'll be done. Took 2 days to kind of just paint, verify, check for any thin spots, and then paint some more. And then I gave it a full 24 hours just to let it off gas and let the paint really cure. Before I took it back to the tire store, had them take the tire from the old rim, mount it onto the new rim, and then balance the new rim, put it on the car, and everything was awesome. And now my car doesn't have any more weird vibrations at slow speeds. So, in this highly scientific study, I took the rims at various stages throughout the process, and I rolled them down the hallway to see if it would wobble to one side or the other, indicating that there was a flat spot in the rim. As you can see in the video on the left, the new rim rolls down the hallway without any wobbling side to side, so it is good. In the clips on the right, we can see the old rim, after it was removed from the vehicle, rolled down the hallway and had obvious movements from side to side, indicating that it is no longer round. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button and definitely subscribe. I have a garage space finally lined up. I know we've been unable to do videos in the garage and work on things for a while, but I have a space now. I have the vehicles moved from storage into the new space, so we are finally able to start working on these two projects that I've been saying I'll start for 2 years now, but I'm finally making the commitment. I'm going to be making videos on it. I have the space, I'm paying money for it, so I'm invested. I need to do this or else it's literally just throwing money down the drain. So subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel in 2023, try and upload more consistently. So if you want to see automotive content, if you want to see other garage tinkering, engineering kind of projects where I just make weird stuff, definitely subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified. I don't upload every week, I don't upload on a consistent basis. I am trying to just upload at least once a month, so definitely subscribe, and that way you won't miss any of the videos, because it's not like I upload every Friday or something and you remember to check. So don't worry, I won't fill up your inbox with a video every week, but yeah, definitely have some interesting builds coming up, so subscribe to see those when they come out. Otherwise, thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.